this video. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to morph your voice into an AI computer-like voice. So let's get right into it. What you want to do is get Audacity. I'll provide a link in the description to SourceForge where you can download it. I'm now gonna open it. So this is what you get when you start Audacity up for the first time. Quick note, anything you hear about any other method is with another technique. This technique will be used in another video. Thanks. The thing you want to do in Audacity is record your voice to, of course, make it sound like a computer voice. So what you want to do first is think about a sentence you want to say. For example, reactor core startup initiated. Use a bit of modulation in your voice. So, for example, like I did reactor core temperature too high. You can do that like that. I did the reactor core startup initiated, but it doesn't matter what you say if you say it with a little bit of tones higher and lower and good articulated, because that will make it sound a lot cooler when we add effects. So the first thing you want to do is a bit of polishing, like remove some tails, remove some heads. Those little points, they can be really nasty because they can sound like clicking or something, but just don't touch the whole region where you talked. The click right there was the click of my MacBook, and on Windows it will sound differently, I know, but it depends on your microphone and source. But I removed it right now, and now we're going for the effects. First off, the top bar. It's a little bit different than Windows, because at Windows it's attached to the program. Here it's the top bar attached to macOS, and it looks it's just like a menu bar, like with Chrome in F11 mode, in full screen mode. But what you want to do first is just select this audio, select it all, so also the tail, so the tail gets modified as well, because that will make the echo sound a lot more intense and some other things as well. So Command A if you are on a Mac, Control A if you are on a Windows PC. So now we're going to Effect, and this menu is really long, I know. There are very many effects. You count them. But the first effect and the one of the three effects we're mainly going to use is pulse stretch. We're also going to use echo and pitch. So pulse stretch will sound your voice a lot more computerized. Like this is our normal voice. Reactor core startup initiated. And this is our voice with pulse stretch. Let me open it. Make sure you have the settings like this. Or you can maybe fiddle a little bit with it, but it will sound the worst when you're going to do the first one extremely high, the second one extremely low, or inversed. It does or something like that. But this is our voice with pulse stretch with these settings. Reactor core startup initiated. Also, it makes it a little bit lower, and it pulls it a little bit apart like a computer would do. So this sounds really cool. We're definitely going to apply this. So click OK, and you'll see that your audio changes because it changes the waveforms a little bit. So this is the first effect you can use. Okay, so we have this now. Reactor core startup initiated. And we're also gonna add echo and a little bit of pitch shift, and we're gonna do that all at once. So now we have selected it. We have still selected it, and we're gonna change pitch first, and you can make it really high like this. Reactor core startup initiated. but that will sound not as good as a little bit lower.
Reactor core startup initiated.
And you can fiddle with this as well. You can do everything you want with it, but make sure to not do it too high, because then it will sound like a computer error. So you can skip this if you are satisfied with it. You can also just skip this whole part if you're satisfied with your effects now. But I'm gonna do it a little bit. So
reactor core startup initiated.
I like this. Again, it will change the waveforms a little bit. And the last effect we're gonna use is echo, just to make it a little bit stronger. So decay factor, you can fiddle with that as well, but not too much, because then it will repeat the whole sentence again.
Reactor core startup initiated.
Okay, I'm happy with this. Now it sounds like a facility hallway or something. So now it's done. I'm going to show you how to save it, and maybe another method. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is save it. We're going to do this by clicking File in the menu bar on both Windows and Mac, but it will just look a little bit different. And then Save Project if you want to just save this project and you want to look back on it and edit it with and undo things. You can just use Save Project, and will also tell you with a warning. This for not an audio file, it's just for the project, so it will open it again in this. So you can't play it on other things without it that don't have Audacity. So it will say, it will give some things where it will give me a list where I can save my things, and I'll just save it as reactor and click save. And now on my desktop it will make reactor data and reactor.op. And this is the file, the project from Audacity. And now that we've done that, we can just save other and use and save it as a WAV file, and just save that as reactor as well. You can also use other types like Apple AIFF or the 32-bit float and a signed 16-bit. You can also use OGG and FLAC and MP2, etc., etc. But some of those will not work unless you install the library for them. So I'm just going to use WAV for this. Click Save, just click OK. And now, if I'm right, we have saved it. Okay, so I'm gonna listen to it once for all of you that want to see it.
Reactor core startup initiated.
This is the finished project. I decided to do the other method I wanted to show you in another video. So stay tuned for part 2. And this pretty much wraps it up for this video. So bye from PC Guide 1241.